Hello, and welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders, again featuring social distancing. I'm Will.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Matt.
Today we're going to be talking about Highland Park. We have in front of us their 14-year, and this is a travel retail exclusive.
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the little bells for notifications.
Matt, you want to tell us a little bit about this guy?
Yes. Look at this cool box. It has a wolf on it. That's cool. The
Loyalty
Loyalty of
really
the Wolf. The 14 years. So I wish they put it on the bottle, but they didn't. Anyway, so this is a bottle we are borrowing from our buddy Pete. Thanks, Pete, for letting us borrow this to review. So, like I said, this is the Highland Park 14-year Loyalty of the Wolf. It's a 42.3%. Started being made in 2018. It's part of the new travel retail exclusive, which also carries the Spirit of the Bear and the Wings of the Eagle, which is 6-year. Yay, and there's a new 18-year travel retail that's like higher in proof. So cool. Anyway, so this one is seasoned American oak cask with sherry and ex-bourbon casks. And the reason they chose this beautiful wolf motif is that for 600 years, the Vikings ruled over the island of Orkney. And so Vikings rule and wolves were part of the fierce pact hunters, and the Vikings felt akin to the wolf. And so because of this, they were fierce warriors and protected their land and families, and represents their ancestors' determination, cooperation, and courage. And on the box it says, where the wolf's ears are, the wolf's teeth are near, which is from parallel something called Volsunga Saga, chapter 19. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's some cool book in Nordic. I don't know. Sure, whatever. Anyway, the cool thing, this bottle has got in the back in Swedish. So I thought it was kind of random since he got it, I think, in the UK, but it's kind of interesting, but whatever. It says on the website it's 65 pounds, whatever the hell that converts to Europe to. That's for a liter. This is a 375, but for a liter, that's what it would be. I don't know what the 375 costs, but just to give you an idea if you want to buy one travel retail. Okay, so let's get into this thing. Wonderful. What are you talking about? It smells wonderful.
This is a Highland Park fingerprint all day long.
It really is.
It is floral caramels and butterscotches with this light heather peat. It is very, very floral, but it is slightly medicinal as well.
Yeah, it's not as overly medicinal as your Ardbegs, your Lefroigs, and those types of things. The lightness of the heather changes it altogether. Still not the biggest fan of it, but it's more tolerable for me than any other peat.
Than Isla peat or even Highland peat.
Right. So it's, I don't know.
I think it smells great. It's got some honey and some floral.
It's very floral.
It's got the breeze and the wind, and the wolf is running through the meadow, and he's lapping up the peat. It's like rose water and tangerines with some angel food cake and some light wisp of smoke and a little black pepper on the end. I think it smells wonderful. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you at all on that.
Yeah, it's still just not my cup of whiskey. It's not as offensive, but it's still got that peat note that I can't seem to get over.
Yeah.
It's not as aggressive peat. Mm-hmm. It is light and kind of shiny, but that slight medicinal still just turn off for me.
Yeah.
I love it.
The overwhelming notes for me are just the butterscotch and the purple flowers.
The heather.
Yeah,
the heather.
The heather. But really, it's just purple flowers. It could be, anything. But
yeah,
we know what it is. But at the same time,
Sure.
Purple flowers is a fun descriptor for the nose.
I definitely get the butterscotch and the caramel that you guys are talking about behind that.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess if we have to.
It's delicious. It has peat. Surprise. It's also got like a cherry and an orange blossom and some pears and peaches and vanillas.
It's got a little bit of a tropical kick to it for me on the finish. And the peat is there. It's not the Band-Aid peat. It's not overpowering. I'm not saying I like it. I'm saying I can tolerate it.
Yeah.
It's not horrible.
Oh, and to me, the peat adds a really nice, rich, dark layer right at the mid palate.
Exactly. Delicious.
It never swells, it never
Yeah.
overtakes,
Mhm.
but it's always there. It's always prevalent, and it just kind of stays right on the palate.
Yeah, if I could like just cancel that mid palate part out, and the very first is okay, and the finish is great, but that peaty kind of slight meaty middle is just not doing it for me.
So you know, I've got like this floral honey. And it's like being in an orchard, and you're going through the orchard, and there's a campfire in the distance, and a cold winter night, and it's just got like this like milk chocolate, a little bit of like a latte, a little cinnamon and sweet. It's got a malty finish with that peat smoke billowing out at the end, a little black pepper. I think it's wonderful. I really, really like this.
Yeah, for being a peated whiskey and being who I am and what I like and don't like, it's not offensive. And if somebody were to put it in front of me and be like, hey, this is all I have to drink, I'd probably be able to make it through it to where I get to the point where I've had enough to drink that my palate's shot. But the front of it for me is that floral. The middle for me is that meaty, peaty that I don't like. And then the end is like tropical fruit finish.
I like it. I think it's great.
What does water do it for it?
Water kind of knocks out a little bit of that meaty, peaty middle. It absolutely dials it down. Whether it knocks it out or not is another story, I'm sure.
How about the rest of the flavors? How does that do?
It dials that down. Most of the other flavors remain pretty constant.
Okay.
To me, it makes the peat part last longer.
Oh, it lingers now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't like that linger. Without the water, it doesn't linger, which is what I think makes it tolerable for me. The fact that it's not medicinal, it's not Band-Aid, rubber, that type of peat, makes it tolerable for me. And the fact that it doesn't linger, it makes it more tolerable for me.
Yeah. I feel like the peat note kind of got dialed down a little bit, but it might have gotten elongated. So
yeah,
that's fair.
It definitely got elongated for me.
Yeah. I'd love to compare the other ones, the bear and the eagle, but we have to find someone to get us that. That's what we need.
We need to find somebody in travel retail.
Yeah, like
Right.
someone traveling. Please send us some. Please borrow. We can borrow it. It's cool. Or send us a bottle. Either way is cool.
We're happy with it.
We
Send
love
us
the
an
whiskey. It's all good. This is really good. Well, thank you, Pete. Thank you for letting us borrow this. This was
Yes.
delicious.
Yeah,
I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it.
All right. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that little notification bell to see when we're on next. And until next time,
Keep on crocheting for better whiskey in your glass.
cheers. Yeah.
I like it.